Rob, the former model from Los Angeles who appeared on 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 with Sophie Sierra, is now calling out Jasmine on social media. Despite marrying Sophie, who once accused him of online cheating, the couple had been separated for nearly a year before heading to the Arizona retreat for couples therapy. That's where Rob and Jasmine clashed. Now, Rob's taking to threads to slam Jasmine, accusing her of dodging accountability at the reunion. He posted, "Jasmine's got beef with me when we barely spoke 5 words at the resort, claiming she's desperate to stay relevant by attacking him." He urged her to hold some of the girls accountable for anything and mocked her for suggesting he led a male gang against the women, saying she was already in a man-hating gang. Rob insists he never wronged Jasmine and only sided with those he sees as genuine, like Gino Palazzolo. He says Jasmine has been trying to turn everyone against Gino, despite the show's goal of reconciliation. According to Rob, Jasmine's appearance on the show was pointless, and he claims she, along with the other women, has a superiority complex. He believes the backlash against him stems from standing up to bullies, not from misogyny. Some fans are backing Rob, especially those who believe Jasmine scammed Gino into agreeing to an open relationship so she could continue her affair with boyfriend Matt Brownies. Rob even suggests Jasmine's pregnancy by Matt as proof of her betrayal. His superiority complex accusations seem to tie back to Jasmine calling Rob a cheater despite her own infidelity. Rob also wants to clear his name after Jasmine allegedly pushed the narrative that he sold adult content to men online. Still, it's worth noting, neither Jasmine nor any of the female cast members have responded to Rob's claims, and many fans recall past evidence of Rob using dating apps and treating Sophie poorly. So, Rob might be fighting a battle no one else is engaging in. The 90 Day The Last Resort star just dropped a glamorous Instagram video teasing major travel plans, and noticeably, her husband Florian Sukic is nowhere in sight. Stacey and Florian's love story began online and blossomed into a long-distance relationship that lasted 5 years before they tied the knot in the U.S. But things took a turn when Stacey discovered Florian's infidelity, shaking the foundation of their marriage. The couple joined The Last Resort Season 2 to work through their issues, and while therapy helped them recommit, Stacey is now hinting that she may be single again. She hasn't posted with Florian in weeks, and fans notice the absence of their usual couple content. In her new video montage showing off stunning outfits and jet-set vibes, Stacey wrote, "I guess I'll just travel the world and see where it leads me." It seems she's ready to hit reset and rediscover herself. Coming from a wealthy background, Stacey has always lived large, taking lavish trips and frequenting Turkey with her twin sister Darcy for cosmetic procedures. But this time, Stacey's travels look more like a solo soul search than a vacation. While she hasn't officially confirmed a breakup, her actions suggest a soft launch of her split from Florian. After nearly a decade together, Stacey may be choosing peace over drama. Though she once fiercely defended Florian and tried to make things work, it seems she's now prioritizing her own happiness. With her signature glam, independence, and ambition, Stacey's next move is clear. She's moving on and moving up. Now featured on 90 Day Diary Season 6, Episode 3 Dear Diary, I'm Insecure, Cleo revealed her journey through facial feminization surgery, a significant milestone in aligning her appearance with her gender identity. After extensive research, she traveled from London to Texas for the procedure, which included shaving her Adam's apple and lowering her hairline to address recession from hair loss. "I want to match how I look with how I feel inside," Cleo told her friends at a pre-surgery send-off. She shared that, depending on how this procedure went, she might consider additional surgeries in the future, including breast augmentation or bottom surgery. But 5 months after the operation, Cleo confessed she was disappointed with the results. Though the surgery went smoothly, the healing process didn't meet her expectations. In a self-recorded update, she appeared wearing bangs and a bandana, concealing her new hairline. "I'm back in London. It's been 5 months since my surgery, and I'm not happy with the results," she admitted. "Things didn't heal the way I hoped, and now I have to think about what's next." While it's been a difficult time, Cleo says she's grateful for the strong support system around her. Still, she called this part of her 90 Day Diaries journey intense and incredibly vulnerable. Since the surgery, Cleo has debuted a shorter, darker hairstyle, often wearing bangs or head coverings possibly to mask the features she's still struggling with. It's unclear whether she'll continue to document the next phase of her transition on the show, but she has been transparent with fans about her next steps. Cleo recently launched a GoFundMe titled Help Cleo Medically Transition, aiming to raise £35,000 to fund future procedures. So far, she's raised £13,082, about 37% of her goal. Despite the challenges, Cleo remains determined to keep moving forward and find the silver lining in her journey. 90 Day Fiancé spoilers reveal that David Toborowski is in the United States, while Annie Soin is still in Thailand with their newborn baby. In fact, his fans are a bit concerned about him. He recently appeared on social media with 2 black eyes. Let's take a closer look at what happened and if he is doing all right. David and Annie recently welcomed their first child together. Annie has always wanted to have children, but David already had his children and a vasectomy. However, with a lot of insistence, he decided that he would like to have a child with his wife. The couple welcomed their daughter, Minthira, recently, but it looks like he has already left Thailand to head back to the States. He shared a photo of himself on a plane and told fans that he would be gone for 2.5 weeks. He will be spending a few days in Los Angeles, California. He didn't reveal too much about the trip until one of his fans decided to ask what he was doing. David felt that he needed to answer his fans' questions, and they were a little shocked to find out why he had gone to Los Angeles. It turns out that he went to get some plastic surgery done. He shared a picture of himself with 2 black eyes and said he wanted a touch-up. At first, his fans thought that he was hurt, but he explained to them that this was a procedure done by a surgeon and he was doing all right. His fans were very happy to know that he was okay. One fan wrote, "David, you are a handsome, loving man without any surgeries. Annie and Minthira love you just the way you are. Don't put that pressure on yourself. You are awesome the way you are." There were others who agreed that he didn't need to have plastic surgery done at all, and they were concerned why he was doing so. We will continue to keep an eye on David and his recovery from this surgery. During the last 4 episodes of the 90 Day, The Last Resort Tell-All, I've noticed a major issue among the men at the Tell-All. As more episodes of the Tell-All air, more red flags of the reality TV men from this season are appearing, and I'm a little disgusted by the obvious disrespect. Since the Tell-All has begun, we've found out that 90 Day Fiancé franchise star Jasmine Pineda is in fact pregnant with another man's baby, and most of the couples are worse off than when they first appeared on the newest spin-off. However, as Sean Robinson was on the hunt for answers, the divide between the genders was becoming glaringly obvious. In fact, even the setup was staged to have the men on one side and women on the other side, which I'm beginning to think was a lot more of a foreshadowing technique than anything else. While the women are looking for closure, the men seem to care more about their images, and am not entertained by the sudden parade of red flags and lies. This Tell-All, I've noticed most of the franchise men have been caught in lies, but still try to weasel their way out of it. Josh Weinstein admitted to lying, or actually gaslighting, Natalie Mordovtseva about the texts he sent Sophie Sierra. At the Tell-All, he admitted to Sean that he put feelers out and told Natalie he never invited her because he wanted to calm her down. Additionally, Binny Schreiber finally admitted to cheating on Ari Weinberg after all this time, but I felt like his declaration was passive and dismissive. I felt like his admission was more of a way to quiet Ari instead of being genuine, and the cast's reaction seemed just as uninterested. Much like Ari has pointed out, though, these men are not held accountable for their actions, and the women were invalidated for how they felt the entire time they were in the relationship either. Natalie and Ari both struggled in their relationships, and outsiders call them crazy for their allegations. The women were right, but were conveniently brushed over during the Tell-All. However, what's even worse is that the 90 Day Fiancé male cast members are now sticking up for each other and covering each other's stories. This is even more weird and confusing because the men haven't always been on the same side. Rob Warne stood up for Josh and his situation with Natalie, even though he was lying. On top of that, Josh disrespected Rob by hitting on Sophie. Yet Rob seemed to have no qualms putting the women in their place while sticking up for Josh. Additionally, Rob also stood up for Binny. After Binny clearly admitted to cheating, Rob said he didn't know if Binny was really a cheater, but he knew for sure that Jasmine was a cheater despite her and Gino agreeing to an open marriage. The men also stuck up for Florian, and his character when Stacey revealed her true concerns about her husband cheating again. Truthfully, the double standards were becoming glaringly obvious. The men really only care about maintaining their image, which makes everything they say harder to believe. Overall, this tell-all is definitely one of the messier ones to hit TV screens in the last few years. The obvious disregard these men have for the women in their lives is appalling. What's worse is how the 90-day fiancé men also continue to use their exes for their personal gains despite lying and wronging them. Natalie and Sophie both reconciled intimately with their exes, and Binny calls Ari on a regular basis to manage his ex-ex. While I once would have rooted for some of the couples to reconcile, I'm now glad they've parted ways because the men's true intentions are becoming glaringly obvious. 90-Day Fiancé star Rob Warne has spoken out to deny his estranged wife, Sophie Sierra's claims that he gets paid to sleep with men. The couple joined for part 4 of the 90-Day, the last resort tell-all, and the host quizzed Rob about Sophie's friendship with Kay. Sophie has openly admitted to being bisexual. "Oh, Rob, at the end of the day, we all know who the gay one is, so please just leave me alone," Kay said. He was getting paid $500 to suck DK. Sophie yelled before letting everyone know that she allegedly had the screenshots to back up her claims. "Some random dude did hit me up asking me to do, and she picked up the phone. But that doesn't mean I've ever done anything," he told his fellow cast member, Josh Weinstein. Rob also says he was offered $5,000 and not $500, but did not accept the offer. Sophie later reiterated the allegations on her social media, leading Rob to post a statement of his own. "I'm not homosexual and have definitely never been any kind of prostitute. It's very unfortunate the levels people will go to just to deflect from their own discretions. This woman had everything to say about everyone else's relationship and actively caused drama between couples, but has the audacity to tell me to put energy into my own relationship," he wrote. Rob and Sophie debuted on Season 10 of 90-Day Fiancé back in October 2023. They tied the knot in June 2023 and are separated but have not yet finalized their divorce. Co-star Jasmine Pineda, who also has beef with Rob, decided to share her alleged receipts on TikTok, further humiliating him.